my man. Surely by now these other girls must disgust you. We'll try again until it's just me and just you. We'll read books, we won't smoke that Chronica. No matter what you're gonna be with.
Just mannequin, just mannequin. You can never get away. Mannequin is here to stay. Just mannequin. Read your books and drink your tea. She will never set you free. Just mannequin, doesn't matter what you say. She will be there anyway. This is a futility. You know that it will be. Just mannequin.
Ah, jeez.
Alright, here we are. Yeah, it is a little bit spoilery, but I kind of had a vague idea of what I'd be getting myself into. Not so much, let's say I don't know much about the destination, and I know zilch about the path there. I'll say that much. So, that being said, this is still a very blind Let's Play. Special thanks to Matt and Lissy from the Bowling Otter Show for allowing me to use that song. Link to their channels down below. Give them a special shout out. They're probably one of my favorite YouTubers, and one of the best examples of a couple who do let's plays and streams and stuff like that together. If you ever wanted to do something like that with a significant other, they're a perfect example to work off of. Yes, I did. I actually asked them to use that song. But yeah, this is Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's get right to it. I only opened up this screen just to see if you can just capture it on OBS or just a window. So let's see what I'm getting myself into. Hang on, there we go. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. Oh Lord. We have to click on an agreement. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you're at least 13 years of age, and you consent your exposure of highly disturbing content. That warning's a bit overblown, so you say. This is not suitable for children. Is the cursor showing up for you guys? Just the text speed on the fly. But how do I do a sync for this? Alright, we go A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, also I'd like to give a special shout out to a one tin cat named Holly. She was also the artist who made my new logo. You can see a watermark in the bottom corner right there. It's also my new avatar icon. She made that for me. So a nice little shout out to her too. Link to her DeviantArt is also down in the description as well. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Please enter your name. Oh boy. I have to do voices for this. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance. Jonah's not very quiet. Ha ha ha. Well, let's see. Waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. My girl Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you? You said that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayuri. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making a daily commune. Also, is the game audio drowning me out, or is it just fine? Let me adjust the text speed. Probably right up there. Tiny bit. I'm just gonna lower it. Drowning me out. Come on. Alright, Mags. Catch you later, man. Alright, how's that? Is that better? Much? Alright, let's get to it. Excuse me. By the way, John, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Louder, because if I do it any louder, I'm gonna wake up people. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our mini conversations that I dismissively go along, where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayuri likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I think we can all relate. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Oh, don't tell me we're neat. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming neat in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Freaking called it. Trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. You at least promise me to try. You'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sally already wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayuri? Sayuri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, No, what? Well, that you could come to my club? Sayuri. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayuri is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Tiny hands. She does have tiny hands. What the hell? That's like very I don't know. It's worse than Donald Trump. Anyways, since she was the first one to show interest in the one after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Sounds like K-On! That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Yeah, whatever. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayuri is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as that to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me new member. I glance around the room. Ooh, hello. Purple-haired girl. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? I'm just winging it. I might change the voice a little bit later as time goes on. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, John, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayuri. you can just ignore her when she gets moody. Saori says quietly into my ear and then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Ah, so this is Monica. That's right. It's great to see you again, John. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically just completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, John. Made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey! I made them. I'll get them. Sorry. I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Is it wrong? I'm trying to decide which one has the bigger boobs. I think that's kind of natural for a game like this. You should be deciding who's best, girl. As Sayuri mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens a chest. Oh, opens a closet. What did I say chest? God dang it! Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I got a picture of this? That actually sounds kind of delicious. Whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. How does that work? So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. No pics, unfortunately. Damn. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. What about Yuri? It's delicious! Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayuri said... Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Oh, this is so much like K-On! She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot. Oh, hang on. Crap. I didn't catch that last one. Why'd I hit the button? Anyways. keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. What is it with me and girls with purple hair? I don't know. This is just me. I'm already leaning toward Yuri just because of I don't know. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Sounds like it. Huh? If you mess up something, click history. Okay. Hang on. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Huh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that... You know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm impressed. How come you decided to start your own club? Nazi's best girl, just saying. Yeah, I'm leaning more toward Yuri. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader for the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Yeah, you got that right. I hate politics in general. Feels like nothing but arguing on the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention. Like literature. Well, it's not that bad. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Is the frame rate good for you guys? I'm seeing it go into the red a bit. I don't know what's going on. It's only losing a few frames, but I just a little bit concerned. I see it the corner of my eye. As long as you can hear me fine, I don't think frame rate will really matter for a game like this. It lagged a little bit, but it seems fine now. Okay. Alright, where was I? Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. So, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, John, what kind of things do you like to read? Probably manga. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Call it! Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh, we got a manga head over here. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Either she's a manga head, or she doesn't want us in the club just because we read manga. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Well, anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep, complex fantasy worlds. That level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. That sounds like the kind of girl who would probably play Dungeons and Dragons. If she wasn't so soft-spoken, she'd probably be a good DM. I like to read Star Wars and survival books. Give me a Walking Dead comic, and that thing will be gone in 30 minutes. Nietzsche and Schopenhauer. I'm pretty broad. I've delved into all of those. But I do like a good bit of Shakespeare. Anyways. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about our reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Okay, anyways, I just saw it dipped in the red again. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, oops, what'd I do? Okay, yeah. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Jesus. Is this how it turns sideways? One of them secretly becomes like mass murder and kills everybody else. Ah, I read a horror book once. Was it The Shining? I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Why do you keep looking at me? Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them? Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Wow, that's kind of deep. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable sharing to her. Comfortable enough to share hers. I know, right? Like, Baka! It's not like I want to show you my poems or anything. Uh-oh. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah! Let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond with the club. Isn't that right, John? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Society may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought. John, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay. I've decided then. Just back out while you still can. Save yourself. Get out of there. Go for the anime club. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! It really did scare me for a moment. Oh, yeah. This says the girl who reads horror novels. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then, that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks. I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Jon. I look forward to seeing how well you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Jon, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Was that her plan all along? Yay! I'm gonna do a quick save. There we go. Save often. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Carefully pick the words you use in poems. Keep the girls in mind. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem first. Poem the most first. Why do they come for first? Wait, I'm just picking random words? What is this, Mad Libs? Alright, I'm just gonna treat this like a friggin' psychological evaluation. Sunset. Memories. Okay, I'm seeing... I guess whichever word I choose, whoever reacts more, I guess it's leaning toward that character. You're liking a bit. Yeah, I saw it dip into the red a little bit. Seems fine now, it's back in the green. Alright, where was I? Music. Suicide? What? Alright, universe. Puppy. Headphones, existence, unrequited. Doki Doki. Ambient. Destiny. Melancholy. Contamination. Lust. Embrace. Raindrops. Heart. Grief. Broken lipstick. After image. Prayer. Mouse dream. There we go. Ooh, I like this word, starscape. Vertigo. Massacre. What? Milk, feather, color, clouds, kawaii. Scene. Vertigo. I don't know why that sticks out for me. Misfortune, childhood, excitement, depression, chocolate, desire. Alright, looks like I'm leaning more toward Yuri considering I've seen her jump like a whole bunch of times. Wrath, giggle, incapable, cute, imaginative, love. There we go. Incongruent, lazy, papa, hopeless, joy, philosophy, summer, and anime, skipping, infulgent, typical, or unstable, wonderful, ocean, I want to say ocean, frightening, shopping, special, inferno, cheer, rainbow, games, despise, misery, melody. Yuri is best, Doki. Hi again, John. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Yuri, typical. What's that supposed to mean, Mags? Come on now. Thanks for keeping your promise, John. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Is it me or does it feel like she's insulting my intelligence? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sorry you told me you didn't even want to join in any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Busted! Freaking busted! Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. All the dokis make someone's heart go Doki Doki, so all the dokis are okie dokie, except Natsuki. Manga is literature! I like the little, hang tooth that she's got there. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. John always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Uh-oh. Do we have a full-on yandere situation going on over here? How come? You and John can be good friends too. Sorry. As usual, Sari seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sari! Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. That's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sadie made it sound like it's a big deal. when it's really not. Oh, what'll I do? Yeah, I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Was this her version of Netflix and chill? Is that what's going on here? This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I know, right? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Okay, Chicken wins that comment. It's called Manga and Moan. That wins the night. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Saidi and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. And I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man. Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I sunk down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? Well, read the book Yuri gave me. There you go. I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Really? 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 Have some tea, that'll probably wake you up. In the meantime, hang on. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Saidi's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Huh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Saidi is talking really seriously. Taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Oops. Huh. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess guess we could... Cupcakes! Yeah, the same way how you dragged me into this. Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Shadow. You have a good night, man. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sairi is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sairi can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Whoa, that's kind of up close. Whoa! I opened my eyes to find Sairi's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? Oh, I wish there was a napping club. Although I think there'd probably be a whole bunch of people. You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sairi. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? That's a secret! I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sairi, it's written all over you. Eh? Sairi glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair. It's sticking out all around here. Huh? I run my fingertips down the side of Sairi's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair's really hard to get it right. I won't fall for that. There is more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey! Meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sairi. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Huh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. I'm pretty sure she could do that herself. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Whoa. That's so interesting angle. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Huh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Oh. Watch your hands there. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Oh, I think you've been eating too many sweets there. If you ever buttoned it, would you have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore? What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sadie's blazer button up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sadie hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew! That's so much better. Sadie puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. Are you hinting at something? So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed early. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sadie. Oh, but I was joking that time. Sure you were. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! John, I can't wait to read yours. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna make me read mine out loud. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sadie still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Don't worry, they don't actually show you the word salad. Where's the fun in that? I kind of want to read what a freaking Mad Lib put together. Some Frankenstein monster of jumbles of words. I can't wait. Sadie and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sadie's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Ooh, who should I show my poem to first? Decisions. Given that this was her idea, hold on, whose idea was it in the first place to do the poems? Was it Monica or Sadie? I'm gonna lean toward Monica, because she was the one that gave it out to everyone. God, the coffee's gone cold. I'm just gonna go ahead and click on Monica. Especially everybody says just Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want to know I'm putting in effort. She is the president, after all. Oh, hi, John. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, John. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we all learn to get past. It's all that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sadie would like. Is that so? Yeah, you and Sadie are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sorts of things in common. Well... We may be good friends, but Sadie and I are actually really different. So you say. Well, that may be the case. But there may be also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Saidie's handwriting has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. God, she sounds like me. She sounds a lot like me. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Ooh, we actually have stuff to read. Alright. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. my retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Interesting. Very interesting. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Yeah, it seems like not a whole lot of like rhythm or rhyme to it, but it works. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous when I talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. That's actually very, very true. That's actually very true. That's how you can easily get writer's block. Just force yourself to write something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, since Monica suggested. ... Oh my goodness. This is so good, John. Eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayuri, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a John poem. Yeah, she totally likes me. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayuri hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayuri. I'm really happy it's just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, John. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Oops, hang on. There we go. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much of this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Well, that'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Yeah, we'll see about that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Dear sunshine, the way you blow it through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. You just wrote this, didn't you? Society. This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Society is too pure to protect society. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. How should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I meant eggs and toast. Yeah, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And Yuri. My best girl so far. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time to for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Ivy buries her face in her hands. I can't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri to get It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Are you saying my poem is shit? There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if there's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air are the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Interesting. Seems a little bit dark. I don't know. This one seems to be like the most interesting and deeper than the other ones. Also the most vague. Like you really have to deeply analyze it, but you don't have enough details to work with what you've got. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. I wouldn't say terrible handwriting. I'm just not too good at reading script. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just... Oh my god! Is this like reading in my mind or something? Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Is she seriously insulting my intelligence right now? It seems like she is. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, John. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of a poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. That's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep writing, keep trying. I'm counting on you. And last but not least... Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Ouch. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke it. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. This frickin' music. Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Well, I don't know about hitting hard. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, that makes sense. I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Let's save real quick. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. I don't even know what I wrote. Is this a literature club after all? I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Saidi and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh boy. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Saturday liked it. And John did too. Oh, don't bring me into this. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I've come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And John liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Uh-oh. The music stops. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that John appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I wasn't full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose booze magically grew a size as bigger as soon as John started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. John, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself to learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, and this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Meaning you should just jump out at the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, John. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, John? Well... Oh god. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I've been asking myself that question this entire damn time. It's not like I know anything about writing. By whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, Natsuki, given her attitude, doesn't exactly rub me the right way. Well, now she's probably going to hate me for this. I don't want to bring Saidi into this, because I feel like she doesn't like fighting. So we're going to go with our current best girl. Natsuki, even though she kind of seems to insult my intelligence, I think she seems to... She's soft-spoken, but at the same time seems to think pretty highly of herself. So I think that might backfire on me. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. Look at me playing the moderator. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took that way too far. Yuri means well. If you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't mean to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated? How could anyone not have gotten frustrated at being treated like that? You handle it well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright. I believe you. Thanks, John. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So... Huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than just one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. John, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. Sure. I think to myself. I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. John, ready to walk home? Yeah, sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. No, John. It's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really liked you too. I don't know about Natsuki. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. Looks like Sadie still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sadie. I pat Sadie on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sadie as the internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, I guess I'm assuming it's supposedly trying to kind of alter our word choice. I guess this is our kind of way of trying to lean toward more people. Is that what I'm going for? Like, we pick certain words to go with our quote-unquote best girl for the moment. Is that what this is all about? Okay. Well, regardless, I'm still gonna play this like a whole first thought off the psychological kind of evaluation thing, and just go with the first word that I kind of draw toward. So, watch this end up being almost like the same exact word choice I did last time. Alright. Journey. Sadness, enemy, judgment. Desire, insight. Let's go with insight. Boop. Unending, clumsy, skirt, crimson, joy, unrestrained, crimson. Disaster, dark, loud, eternity, charm, portrait, essence, play, spinning, kawaii. Kawaii! Yeah, let's go with kawaii. Pleasure, uncanny, whirlwind, misfortune, promise, anxiety, peaceful, alone, milk, shiny. Pleasure. Incapable, marshmallow, bunny, lipstick, fluffy, skipping, marriage, fireflies, friends, vitality, fireflies. Fester, philosophy, flying, passion, captive, crime, mouse, entropy, fantasy, defeat, flying. Destiny, fun, existence, awesome, nightgown, papa, vacation, sunny, disown, dream, existence. Tears, scars, wonderful contamination, cute, sweet, pain, disarray, summer, graveyard. I don't know why I'm drawn to scars. Vivid, heaven sent, disoriented, hope, shopping, rain cloud, sticky, together, ribbon, romance. Vivid. Hair, meager, Valentine, extreme, bubbles, empty, unrequited, amazing, ocean, extraordinary. Let's go with extreme. Extreme! Okay. Lazy, family, silly, shame, special, smile, kitty, infinite, playground, pink, infinite. Games, embrace, cheer, fear, cheeks, music, fireworks, despise, vanilla, question. Games. Melancholy, poof, happiness, vibrant, breathe, fickle, massacre, covet, intellectual, and excitement. I don't know why I'm drawn to fickle, but we'll go with that. Electricity, prayer, after image, giggle, candy, heart, pout, swimsuit, secretive, and dazzle. Dazzle. Precious, kiss, depression, socks, clouds, hopeless, party, bouncy, color, am I saying this right? Effulgent? Soft or hard G? I'll go with precious. I don't think I've seen Natsuki jump up and down at all. Email, vertigo, sparkle, frightening, analysis, peace, agonizing, beauty, suicide, sensation. I don't know why email is speaking to me right now. Sing, flee, hurt, sugar, time, rose, misery, memories, whistle, grief, rose. Forgive, chocolate, laugh, imagination, inferno, jumpy, hop, daydream, headphones, aura. Aura. I'm pretty sure I probably picked that before. Melody, feather, lucky, raindrops, death, lollipop, tragedy, climax, worm, explode. I don't know why I'm drawing the climax. Don't let your minds go into the gutter on this one. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. And entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, John. Yo, Society. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Do you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Society? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. She broke. Society nervously retrieves her coin purse, fumbles with the latch, and gets it open. A puff of dust comes out. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through Society. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you have enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget about you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves me the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Oh, that was me. I didn't know she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri. Tell John to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Coyote. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is far enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that at all. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Society, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Society knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But... You wouldn't have come even if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Saidi. Oh! What was that? Yeah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Saidi in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Uh-oh. Is that Natsuki? What was... A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Saidi glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Saidi hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Saidi rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Hopefully a black and white cookie. Saidi suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. Ooh, ouch. I bit my tongue. I hate it when that happens. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Saidi gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Saidi off of her. Saidi suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Saidi trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Saidi? Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. Probably just had something to do today. She is pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably the most desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose a club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. What are you looking at me for? Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. What? Piano? I was aware you played music as well, Monica. Oh, I don't, really. I just kind of started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Why do you keep looking at me? Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, John. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to live outside these mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone is already settled down. Society somehow already finished her entire cookie. It can't be that big, could it? Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. Purple God of Hell, thank you for following following the channel. Welcome to the stream. Since when do I have a hype bot? But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, that's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. I've had a hype bot for... it was called something else. I don't remember it ever being called hype bot. I thought it was something else. Anyways, not for any particular reason. Just curious how you've come... how come... Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Hypebot is what they changed Beanbot. Oh, okay. That clears things up. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, she bought the book for us. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous eye-looking symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. It's basically about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark. Yeah, that's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Also, Cyball, welcome back. Well, bring back Monica. Of course you would put that in all caps. Anyways. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, John? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that's Yuri's into those things. She's so shy. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Yeah, I'm totally getting like a yandere vibe. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil. You already explained it to me differently. Oh, really? But because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you don't need to worry. That's really, just means you're really passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I suppose might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just moments ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understood what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks as if she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. We each lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Daw. Yui takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after flips it to her side. But holding it like this. We're huddled even closer together than before. Damn Canadians. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? to turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'd be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Oh, I just had that little smirk on her face. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, John, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Ooh. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. So, who should I show my poem to first? I think I'm just going to start with the president all the time, and then we'll go from there. Hi again, John. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on it. You never know. Oh, great, now you say Yuri. Stupid delay. Anyways. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, John. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Only because she's the best Doki. I guess I underestimated you. I get the feeling that's what you went for on your run too. Mike. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who ends up using simple and directed words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, but allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze it out of nuances, it can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about it. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless, cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like a vinyl playing on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Sounds like she's looking at a TV and just kind of like... Yeah, it looks like he's like looking at a TV or a computer monitor and just like getting something out of it. Meaningless. That's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess that's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my my space on the paper. Choosing when and where and how to space your words can totally change your mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what the poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Very good choice, very good advice. In fact, we're gonna do just that because we are at 2:30, almost 2:30. We're gonna go. Actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna show all our poems and we'll call it. So right now, we're gonna save. It's kind of a fourth wall break. We're kind of going into Kojima level stuff here. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah, this is like just kind of doing a fourth wall break here. I get the feeling this might turn into some like Metal Gear Solid level mindfuck. Who should I show my poem to next? Best girl. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? John, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try and giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows, and even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes in and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. I'm just happy, if you know what I mean. Are you saying you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. Also, my throat's getting dry. Hang on. Water break. I only write for myself. And besides, people will just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious was well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its pulse and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. Oops. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I'm feeding myself again. Heavy emphasis on the raccoon and the knife. Very interesting. Although I'm surprised it hasn't attacked her. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what that's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express it the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, John? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things makes us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Okay, let's move to let's just go down the list with Natsuki. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew, what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognize my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, kinda reminds me of Saidi's poem from yesterday. Huh? You think so? Yeah, well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long. Well, excuse me. You might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sairi has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight. Jeez, thanks. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Oh, this will be good. Well, it's definitely longer than before. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? She likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Well, that's, This sounds more like a diary, passage than a freaking poem. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's, I'll say that. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think it was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree with that the subject of this poem... Oh, yeah, God, I can't speak right now. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you'd be afraid of if people found out. They'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh. That was funny. Yuri wrote about this something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri's made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. That's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. And last but not least, oh, I like this one, John. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, John. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah. Me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people, and you need to think about yourself every once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayuri. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. Like a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, bleh. Sayuri, that's unexpectedly poetic. Yeah? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, John. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger, pluck one out, It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts on bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle in the starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Never mind. There you go. That's a long one. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. All I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. That turned suddenly dark. Holy crap, yeah. Society, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I think I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. He's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, we'll stop here. We're gonna save. And we will pick this up. Okay. Yeah, we will pick this up on... I think we'll probably pick this up on Wednesday, I think. Either Wednesday or probably... either Wednesday or possibly, if I can, maybe Monday at the earliest, but most likely Wednesday night. Yeah, it's gonna be my usual stream time of Wednesdays and Fridays. Thursdays is gonna be out of the schedule for reasons. But anyways, thank you for joining me tonight, and I hope you enjoyed that first session of Doki Doki Literature Club, and we'll pick that up again for the next stream. Yeah, for the meantime, there's not really anything else planned, but when we finish Doki Doki, we'll figure out what we got next. Again, a big shout out to Matt and Lissy Buckley from the Bowling Otter Show for giving me a chance to play that song for the pre-show. They're absolutely great. Yeah, look them up. Their link to their YouTube channel is down below. Give them check them out. They're one of my favorite YouTubers. Can't thank them enough. They're one of my inspirations, really, and they're a good example to follow. And they're just fun to watch. They're great people. I'd also like to thank Tin Cap for giving me that little, making me a new logo. You can see it watermarked on the bottom corner there. Shout out to her. Link to her Deviant art is down below as well. And yeah, let's see. I don't even realize that today is Friday. I keep thinking I've got like another day ahead of me. Anyways, questions, comments, complaints that you would like me to know about, or any suggestions you might have for me for future Let's Plays, Let's Tries, Johnny Versus, or WTF Gaming, head on over to that contact page and shoot them out to me over there. Also, check out Batwin, Diz, the Gaming Network on the on Mixer, as well as Oh Hey Mike K, Tin Cap herself, and Magonzo on their respective Twitch pages for more streams ranging from the interesting to the entertaining. Again, thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll see you next week for more Doki Doki Literature Club. Take care, love and hype, life is good. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you next time.